Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. It's our Black Friday sale. Recharge this season with a bundle of cozy, soothing comfort. Now only $17.99 for our C2 mattress and base, plus free premium delivery. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Group health insurance can put businesses in a tough position. With rising costs and plans that don't fit everyone's needs. Now, a new form of employer coverage called an ICHRA or ICHRA can help. ICHRAs make costs predictable with stable pre-tax contributions. And they make health plans personal because each employee can pick any plan and carrier that meets their needs. Get coverage you control. Learn more at ambetterhealth.com/ICHRA.
The kettle's boiled, Vic.
Great. Perfect timing. Just a dash of milk for me, please, mate.
Here you go. Shall we get started then?
Have you ever woken up on a Sunday morning and said, I'm never drinking again, and then found yourself waving $50 at a barman by happy hour?
Are you wondering why everyone else can stop at 1 while you head to a dodgy after-party with a weird bloke called Disco Dave? If so, it might be time to take a deeper look at your relationship with your reliable social crutch, alcohol.
On each episode, we'll investigate our own dysfunctional dealings with booze and find out if it's possible to stop this deeply ingrained habit before things get too messy.
Yep, we're going to open up a shame shed of humiliating drinking stories to help you understand why waking up from a booze coma each weekend with a kebab sticking out of your top pocket might actually be negatively impacting your health.
Hamish and I are here to delve into what it's like being sober, an unwanted warts and all look into why giving up those cheeky pints or putting down those mummy wines will make you feel happier, help your anxiety and mental health, and turn you into the most sparkly, authentic version of you.
Won't that mean I become boring though, Vic?
Well, Hamish, we'll just have to wait and see. I'm Victoria Vanstone.
I'm Hamish Adams-Cairns.
And this is Sober Awkward. We are in the studio, aren't we, Hamish?
This is our first time in a studio for over a year.
It's weird actually sitting opposite you rather than us sitting shoulder to shoulder in Freddie's bedroom.
This is the first time I've seen the left side of your face in over a year.
What do you think?
It's better than the right.
That's not hard.
Yes, we are in Kawana Library,
Yeah.
which has a podcast studio, which we did not know about.
No.
So this episode might sound professional. There will be guaranteed no aeroplane coming overhead.
I'm going to miss the dog barking and the aeroplanes going over, I think.
Although we could always go back and do episodes there.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be forever.
Yeah, we can go back for old time's sake, can't we?
I feel like we have to get dressed up now because we're in public.
Oh, yeah, I know. I put a funny shirt on. You could have dressed up a bit.
I haven't dressed up is my issue.
Yeah, because we're on film now. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, world. Which I'm not sure how I feel about that, Hamish, the world seeing our faces.
I know. Because before this, they could just imagine that we're beautiful, and now they know that we're not.
Yeah. As we say, we have good faces for radios or good faces for podcasts, don't we, Hamish? People probably expect something a bit more glamorous. I'm sorry to disappoint you. This is the face of middle age.
That's it. That's the voice and face of 3 kids.
That is so true.
So, today's episode, Vic.
Yeah.
Well, I want to start off on a kickstart.
I don't like you looking at me.
Okay. Sorry. I thought that maybe eye contact was nice.
It's a lot.
Okay, it's too much.
Well, we can make
I'll
eye
look
contact.
past you.
just pretend there's a little bird on my shoulder. It's a bit much, the eye
Is
contact.
it?
Yeah, it's making
Okay.
me uncomfortable.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so I'll try and not look at you. When were you last really bored, Vic?
I'm pretty bored now, quite honestly. Yeah.
Offence taken.
I'm also bored when I watch cop dramas, which my husband likes to do quite a lot. When someone talks about adult things like mortgages and tax.
Yeah.
When my husband gets excited about pool chemicals.
Oh, yeah. I've actually spoken about pool chemicals recently. He is quite excited about it.
Oh my God, he's so excited about pool chemicals.
I need someone like that in my life.
People do. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah. Watching my children do puppet shows,
Yeah.
painfully boring. I try to be excited, but all it is, hello, my name is da-da-da-da. Oh, what's your name? So we go to the shop. Okay, what's your name? Yeah. It goes on and on and on. There's no story. It's just this most miserable thing, Hamish.
How early is too early to butt in and be like, should we do something else?
I can do 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, I'm clapping.
Yeah.
Well done. Everyone take a bow. Take a bow. Yeah. I don't like hoovering. Obviously, I find that boring. Parents' meetings at the school, I find them boring. Politicians, conspiracy theories, Craig David songs, the Kardashians, long drives, birds with no colour. Like, what's the point in being a bird and being a crow? I mean,
you've thought about this quite a lot.
Yes, I have. These are the things that really affect my life. Because you may as well be a parrot. If you're going to be a bird, you've got to be a parrot, haven't you? Anyway, what about also the thought of filling in forms, queuing at the post office, sex, anything else?
Oh, that is a lot of information. You're bored most of the day.
Yep.
Including doing the podcast, which is the thing that you enjoy doing.
No, actually, I do enjoy doing the podcast, as long as you're not staring me in the eye.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Are you bored right now as well?
No, I'm not. I'm excited by the bright lights.
This is why I need therapy and you don't.
That's it.
Yeah.
No, but I do want to share. I'm generally not bored, but I will share. My son's too young to do puppet shows. That's still to come. I do want to share probably the most boring moment of my life, which is recently.
Oh.
I will leave the person unnamed.
Is it me?
No.
Okay.
But we went out for lunch with someone, and holy shit, some of the conversations that they brought up, see, I've left them genderless.
I think I know who it is.
You do know.
I'm not. I know. Yeah. Okay. I'm not going to say
exactly who it was. Yeah. Some of the topics they wanted to cover. How nice the tap water is in this state, and also the generic it's just a really nice temperature here this time of year. I can deal with that as a British person.
Yeah,
I'm built to deal with that.
Yeah.
But oh god, and then they would say things like, "Have you tried the ice cream from Aldi?" I said, no, I haven't. What's it like? They said, "I haven't tried it either."
It reminds me of this girl that I met when I was travelling, who would come into the room and she'd say, "Oh, I nearly bumped my toe last night, but I didn't."
Yeah.
We're like, oh, right, so
It's nearly a story.
it's nearly a story. "Oh, I nearly went to that nightclub last night, but I didn't go in the end."
Yeah.
She was Northern. That's my impression of a Northern
Right.
accent. Yeah.
It's painful. When you want to leave a meal and then dunk your head underwater and scream.
Oh yes.
That's where I was at. That is where I was at. And also in that kind of interaction, I find myself overcompensating by just giving ideas,
tiring.
topics of conversation, stories, humour, and you get nothing back. And I come back exhausted.
Oh God, yeah. Just trying to bring the personality out of them.
Yeah.
Desperately trying to draw something from
That's
them.
it. I'm like trying to break. I'm like Andy Dufresne.
Yeah.
I'm trying to break through a wall with a little toothpick, but it takes me years, and I don't get a lot back.
I think you and I need to accept that sometimes we're not going to gel with everybody, and that's okay.
Yeah. But this person might be in my life for a long time. It wasn't Liz. It wasn't Liz.
It's his wife.
I didn't marry them. But yeah, there's concern that if you meet that person in the street, cool, I'll never see you again.
Yeah.
But some people are in your life.
Yes, for a long time. I feel like that about putting my head underwater when I listen to your favourite R&B artist.
Yeah. Why are you bringing it up again? I let the first one slide.
Well, just because it reminded me when you said about putting your head underwater, I was like, oh yeah, that's how I feel when I hear Craig David.
You might not like his music, but he's not boring. He is he talks in quotations. You know when people just talk in bumper stickers?
Okay.
I love it. It's
You and I
cheesy,
do that a bit, though.
It's a bit too much. No, we don't.
We said the C word last week.
Exactly. It's never been on a bumper sticker. Except for see you in the NT.
Oh, see you in the NT.
Northern
Classic.
Territory,
Yes.
if you're not from Australia. See, big sticker that.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Anyway.
Anyway, enough
We should
about
get
our
on with it,
boring,
shouldn't we? Yeah.
our boring lives. In fact, though, Hamish, I think what you're going to tell me is that this topic might be to do with this.
Yes.
So, what are we talking about today?
We're talking about boredom. Boredom is one of the biggest subjects within the sobriety world, and for good reason. Firstly, the fear of being perceived as boring is enough to keep many of us from even trying to go sober. And secondly, so many people do manage to go sober, but then overriding feelings of boredom and staying in drive them back to the boot bus.
Oh, God, I hear that all the time. We've made it one of our missions on this podcast to prove that sober doesn't mean boring.
In fact, we're so passionate about this subject, we're going to commit an entire episode to it in the hope that it might help you too, wherever you are in your sobriety
Journey.
The journey, Hamish, the journey. To start off, we're going to really break down what boredom is, before sharing our personal experiences of how we perceived sober folks before and after becoming them. Before leaving you with a few words of wisdom.
So, boring. What is it?
According to the Oxford Dictionary, boring means to pierce or perforate. What?
Go on.
To make a hole in or through. In modern use, especially to pierce by means of a rotary movement.
Yeah, that's boring.
Oh, boring a hole in something.
See what I've done there? 'Cause that's
I was
what
like,
somebody-
what the fuck?
We're going to do a whole episode on it, on how to pierce or perforate something.
Boring a hole.
Yeah. Now, to be boring is to be wary by tedious conversation or simply by the failure to be interesting.
Oh.
So let's take things right back to before we were sober, Vic. How did you perceive, I know your answer to this, how did you perceive sober people? Did you think they were boring?
What do you think I'm going to answer here?
Hell yes.
Hell yes. So I've got a list of things here. The first one is the worst people in the world.
That's what you thought.
Yeah, sober people.
Nazis are bad,
Yeah.
but sober people...
Yeah, the worst people in the world. Secondly, evil do-gooders.
Mm-hmm.
Thirdly, party poopers, the enemy. What's wrong with you? Because that's what I just thought. I just thought, my God, if you don't drink, what the bloody hell is wrong with you?
Mm-hmm.
You must be the weirdest person in the whole world, as I said. I thought people were probably religious or something. I was like, well, if you don't drink, there must be a really strong reason. You're either allergic to it, you're religious, or you're weird. They were really the only three options in my head. I hated all of them. I didn't want them anywhere near me. As I often say on this podcast, I didn't want anyone near me that could remember my behaviour,
Sure.
especially if I couldn't. I literally would turn my nose up if somebody said they weren't having a shot of tequila with me. I would sort of expel them. I'd probably even physically expel them from where I was by shoving them away and just going, I cannot handle you and your boring sober ways. Leave me alone. Yeah, what about you? Is that a bit much?
It's a lot. It's
It
a
is a lot,
lot.
isn't it?
You turned hard on this subject.
Yes.
I would say that I definitely thought they were boring. I thought they were too sensible, I think. And I guess boring and sensible are sort of connected, aren't they? They're like
Yes.
cousins. I thought they were maybe too concerned about making a tit out of themselves.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, drinking is reckless and fun and silly. So why wouldn't you want to do it all?
Yeah.
That is fun.
Yes,
If you're
that's
not
what we
doing
thought
that
was
is
fun.
what boring is.
Yeah.
And particularly if all your friends are doing it, well, join the party. That was my mindset. So I guess it was more worried that they were over-worried. Like, who gives a shit? That was my approach to sober people.
One of my biggest regrets, Hamish, was how I treated sober people. I'm sure we're going to get into this a little bit. But I had such disdain for them that I would actually be quite rude to them. If they came near me in a pub or something, I'd be like, there'd be a bloke at the end of the bar having an Orangina or something. And I'd be like, mate, what are you doing? Have a drink. And if they said no, I'd be like, well, why? What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? I just couldn't comprehend why somebody that was near me in a pub wouldn't be drinking. It was just beyond my brain.
Imagine if someone said that to you now. Why? Why won't you drink with me? Why?
God,
hell?
I don't know.
Leave me alone.
I'm a hypocrite, aren't I?
Yeah.
Terrible hypocrite.
Yeah.
That's why I regret it, is because I realise I was an awful person and I treated people in a terrible way. And I'm sorry if I ever did that to you. The truth is, this perception of sober people didn't change for us as we decided to go sober.
That's right. We didn't think those people are actually awesome. We want to be like them.
I gave up because I had to for my mental health, and I dragged Hamish along with me a few years later.
How worried were you about being perceived as boring when you gave up, Vic? Was that like one of your first thoughts?
Of course, yeah. I mean, that's why I didn't tell anyone for 18 months. I couldn't bear the thought of being one of the people that I hated.
Yeah.
I was morphing into the enemy. Yeah. I was crossing enemy territory, Hamish, and turning into the thing I hated more than anything in the world. I was scared of being rejected, probably by the people I'd been horrible to in the past. I'm always scared of being rejected, quite
Yeah, that
honestly.
hasn't changed.
Yeah. Because I acted like this beer bully in my past, I felt like I couldn't tell anyone because they were going to treat me in the same way, which I probably deserved. My tendency to hate something which I always do, is to hate something that I don't understand. I realise now that is a very, very primitive way of thinking, but it took me a while to understand what I was doing and be vocal about it, because my mindset was that, well, I am boring now, I've given up drinking, and I've become who I hate.
You don't understand Craig David. That's what I'm hearing here. You don't understand him. Like, I'll read you his lyrics like a book. You can
Okay.
really unpack what he's discussing.
I don't think so. I think that is not going to happen, Hamish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do not want to sit with you while you read testaments of Craig. Is that one of his albums, Testament? It probably is, isn't it?
It would be, yeah.
I'm actually really embarrassed about it now. Like I was so worried about being perceived as boring that it completely took over my mind, and it actually took over my sobriety early on, which was shit. And I don't want anyone else to do that, because I wasted so much time being isolated because I was so scared of what people thought of me. I was so scared of being boring that I didn't actually tell anyone that I'd given up alcohol. That attitude seems very rudimentary to me now, and actually really ignorant and kind of, narrow-minded. I was also worried that more than anyone else, I didn't really worry about people I didn't know that well finding me boring. But I did worry about my family, because they're all big drinkers, apart from my sister Louise and my other sister-in-law Claire now. But that's since this happened, that's since I got sober. I thought perhaps they'd never speak to me again. I mean, that sounds quite tragic, but actually that was my fear. I really thought my parents were going to think, oh my God. They might still think that now, but they would never tell me, because it's basically, by saying that, they're saying everything you do is shit.
Yes.
But it's very difficult when you are going sober and everyone around you drinks. And that is often why people don't do it, and why people, if they do, they don't tell anyone. And then you're, as you say, your sobriety is going to be really, really lonely, because then you've got no one to support you. So eventually I did have to tell my parents, and in fact they surprised me by being super supportive, and most of the people around me did too. They probably do still think I'm a bit boring at a party, but I can cope with that. I still manage to do fancy dress, I still manage to dance. The only difference is I probably leave at 8:30, whereas they're up doing karaoke till 4 a.m. I think that's the only difference.
So what you're saying is you're okay with your parents thinking you're boring as long as they don't tell you.
I'm okay with anyone thinking what the hell they like about me, as long as they never, ever tell me.
There we go.
Yeah. So, was that something you were worried about?
I actually wasn't. So
Okay.
there's plenty of things in my life that I feel unsure of myself or insecure about, but I know with total confidence that I am not boring.
Okay, great.
That is one thing I'm really strong on. I know I'm not boring. I'm not the most boring person in the room.
Newsflash.
Until today.
Hamish, unfortunately, there's been some rumours going around that you might be a little bit boring.
I'm not the most boring person in this room. That I'm confident of. Every single
that's
podcast
true.
recording. My alcohol intake does not affect my perception of whether or not I'm boring. So I'm pretty confident of that. Obviously, I know that people think sober people are boring. So I was aware that that existed as a thought
Yes.
process.
Yeah.
But I was confident that I could prove the rule wrong.
But now you find yourself in a different position than you've ever been in before, whereas you are like an advocate for boring.
I'm an advocate for not... Yes, I'm the face of boring.
Yeah.
But of the opposite of boring.
So you are the advocate of embracing boring.
No, I am the advocate of proving that sober isn't boring. So I'm the face of sobriety is boring, but I'm proving the fact wrong.
Okay, I like that.
It's
yeah.
confusing.
Yeah, so now you find yourself inside this kind of sobriety scene. You're a bit like an undercover cop. Have you found sober people boring yet?
No, not at all,
okay.
actually.
That's
Although
good.
you do love your Jasmine, and I last week admitted that I really had a wonderful day gardening. But no, I think, look at the sober people in the world.
Okay.
Okay? Is anyone claiming that Fatboy Slim is boring?
No.
Or Elton John is dull? Or Tom Hardy wouldn't be fun to hang out with for a day?
Tom Hardy would be very, very fun to hang out with.
Yes.
Yes, for a night, I'd prefer to hang out
I
with him.
thought
for.
you would say
Yeah.
that. So- but no, obviously, like,
I'm
those-
rubbing my legs.
Those are obviously like just the famous people, but like ex-drinkers like yourself
Yeah.
are ex-party people.
Yes.
Very comfortable being the centre of attention at a party and bringing the fun and having good stories. I would say we're not boring. You don't just become boring the day you stop drinking, having had a wild life before then.
That is so true. And actually, I do a lot more with my life than people that I know that are heavy drinkers.
Yes.
Yeah.
We will get into that. I've
Yeah.
got a whole bit on that.
Yeah, because actually, it's false.
Mm-hmm.
We're here to deliver this message today, aren't we? That sober is not boring, it's actually cool. Is that going to be the message, or is it going to be just that we're boring?
No, I'm trying to get the first point across. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. So those are just some famous people. Just within our community, we have met so many sober people who are far from boring. Ex-drinkers, for the most part, have some stories to tell. I know I do, Haim. Some crazy, some wildly embarrassing, but none of them dull. We were the life and soul of the party for years. Making the decision to not drink anymore doesn't take anything away from me.
You might find that you are less of an extrovert than you perhaps were, or maybe you're exactly the same. Either way, being able to be yourself in every situation is a relief and a confidence-boosting learning curve.
Our lives have both changed for the better since going sober. Would you rather spend your days and nights in bars and hungover on your couch, or getting out into the world and exploring? I wrote a book, for fuck's sake, Hamish, in my sobriety. I could never have done that whilst I was drinking. It's like a dream come true for me.
One of the great gifts that sobriety gives you is the gift of time. Time that you normally spent thinking about booze, drinking booze, or recovering from its effects. It's incredible the hobbies you can pick up when you get this time back. Vic picked up writing. I'm now learning to be a breathwork instructor. I've learned to surf. I eat out more than I could when I was drinking because I could never afford it. And I'm more present and available for my friends and family.
Just hearing you say that, I reckon some people might think all those things are boring. I think that's what we're trying to break through here.
Learning to surf?
Yeah, I think that some people who are really sat-at-home party people who love going out at the weekends, love going on wine tours, loves, Oktoberfest and all these boozy things, they would think that those things that you have just said are actually boring.
Okay, yeah.
Because, what you got to learn to surf for? You can be down the pub with your mates having a laugh.
Yeah.
So I think we're trying to sound like we're not boring, but for some people we're still going to sound like we are.
Our goalposts have changed.
Our goalposts have changed because we are fighting the fact that some people will never ever do this because of this reputation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really, really hard. People always ask us, what do you do now you're sober? And the answer is everything. That's what we always say. Depending how serious your drinking was, it might take a little time to reach that point. But today, I am able to go to pubs, nightclubs, gigs, festivals. I'm able to be surrounded by alcohol without it pissing me off too much. I like that we're saying too much there, because if I'm out on a night, like for example, sometimes I go out and just think, I'm just going to have a lovely dinner. And where I'm sitting in a restaurant, the walls are lined with bottles of various drinks. So there are times where I get that unexpected alcohol when I'm out and I'm just thinking, oh, this is lovely. And then I look around and there's a waiter suddenly arrives with a bottle of something saying, oh, we've got a free glass of free champagne tonight. Like those sort of things can send me off a little bit. But yeah, most of the time it doesn't piss me off.
Partying is what we considered fun when we were drinkers. And we still party. Sure, maybe not as much. We're both parents and live in a quiet beachy town in Queensland, but we do love a night out.
Yeah, even if it is only once a month, hey. It's important to shift your mindset around boredom. Choosing your days over nights is not boring. It's just different. And that was something I chose to do in my early sobriety.
Yes, so I've got a story here for you.
Yes.
So I had a mate staying at mine a few weeks ago who woke up hungover, okay? He crawled into my bed and he fell asleep for another 3 hours whilst I got Sonny up, I tidied the house, I cooked his breakfast, I did some writing and I watched some telly.
Boring.
Who was the boring one? So you still have the drinker's mindset.
I do.
Dick.
Yeah, it takes years to... it's that neuroplasticity, Hamish.
is.
My brain is wired like a drinker's brain still.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to take the other side here.
You're being devil's advocate.
I'm being devil's advocate. Anyone's listening with those things that you've just listed, looking after the baby, cleaning the house, all of those things, they go, fucking hell, that sounds boring. I'd rather be passed out after having a good night the night before and be hungover.
But the night before, we'd both been at the pub together in the same conversations, having the same amount of fun. We left the pub at the same time. The only difference was we were drinking different drinks.
Okay, that's
so we went to bed at the same time. We had the same experience, the same whole evening.
Yeah.
But the next morning, he slept all morning and I got loads of shit done and hung out and made breakfast, cleaned the house, to do all the stuff I needed to do.
So he was giving credit, which we've talked about before with Lee Mack. He was giving the credit for his night out being fun to the booze, and you're giving your credit for the night out for being about
The
being
experience.
sober and being experienced and being there with your mate. So it just shows you can go out and have exactly the same experience as you would. This is a revelation for some people, this. People don't realise that you can just go out and not drink.
Yeah.
and have someone has a beer and you have an alcohol-free beer or whatever you choose to drink. People don't realise that you're actually going to have the same experience and probably a better one because you're not going to be hungover the next day.
Particularly that kind of night. So that night was we met a mate at the pub and we had a few drinks, we had dinner and we came home. So that experience, whether you're drinking or not, can be almost identical.
Yeah.
And that is, for most people, a 9 out of 10 of your nights out are that, right?
Yep.
It's only 1 in 10 probably now in our 30s and 40s when you go absolutely raging and have an all-nighter and do loads of drugs at a festival. That doesn't happen that often.
No.
That night is different for someone who's boozing and someone who's not, for sure. But the run-of-the-mill night, a few drinks at the pub and dinner, is exactly the same experience for you.
Monday Sidekick, the AI agent that knows you and your business, thinks ahead and takes action. Ask it anything, seriously. Monday Sidekick, AI you'll love to use. Start a free trial today on monday.com.
Are you noticing your car insurance rate creep up even without tickets or claims? You're not alone. That's why there's Jerry, your proactive insurance assistant. Jerry handles the legwork by comparing quotes side by side from over 50 top insurers, so you can confidently hit buy. No spam calls, no hidden fees. Jerry even tracks rates and alerts you when it's best to shop. Drivers who save with Jerry could save over $1,300 a year. Don't settle for higher rates. Download the Jerry app or visit jerry.ai/ACAST today.
Drinking or not.
It's funny when I have that sort of night out, whenever, like if I go out for dinner just to, even with it's with the kids, and I see people having that night out now, I don't want to sound preachy or anything, but like I sit there and I see people just downing a couple of pints. And I see that I'm having the same experience with my family. They're there with their family. It's a similar night out, but yet they're pouring booze down their neck. And I started to think, this took me a few years to get to in my sobriety. It started to make me think, well, what's the point? What's the point in pouring all this drug down your throat when you're having the same night out as me and I'm not doing that? It makes it hard to comprehend. It's like, there's actually no point in it. The only difference is that you're going to feel a little bit shit tomorrow. Yeah. And I'm not. And I'm better than you.
Well, that's true. But that's still your drinker's brain, because you're going, what's the point having 2 pints? You're going, if we drink, let's drink.
Yeah, totally.
Don't just have 2, wake up with a bit of a hangover.
Yeah, what's the point? You're going to have 3 drinks. I'd be like, get the kids a taxi home. I'm out for the night. Yeah. And I'd then be sort of dancing at some weird nightclub till 3 a.m. That was why I was a problem drinker, I guess. Now, we can't sit here and say that our lives are never boring now that we're sober. I mean, I do love a quiet house and a crossword.
Yeah, and I do get way too excited about prepping all my meals for the week ahead. I did that yesterday, actually. Such a buzz. God, just see my fridge. Yeah. I've got pie, this is bad for this episode. Yeah. I've got a big slow-cooked mince. Okay. I'm set for the week, and I am 10 out of 10 excited about it. It's so sad.
You're not selling it, mate.
I'm not selling it. I have to be honest. You've got to be honest.
But we had periods of our lives when we were drinkers that were bloody boring too. Trust me, I named them in my book, 1,000 Wasted Sundays. It's called that for a reason. I wasted so much time.
You will probably stay in a little more, drink considerably more tea, and backdoor a lot of parties before 10 p.m, but that is all fine.
Yeah, you might feel a little bit more awkward or self-conscious and be scared that your sobriety will affect your sex life, particularly if you're single, and those are valid too.
We often say the least interesting thing about going sober is giving up alcohol. I choose this drink when everyone else chooses that one. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, makes it simple, doesn't it, Hayne? But filling your life with other hobbies and interests or doing work on yourself to explore why you do overdrink in the first place is where things get really interesting. And the best thing about it is that sobriety gets better with each passing day, each passing hour even.
Your confidence grows, you better understand your boundaries or what you enjoy and don't, and you can fine-tune your experiences to play to your strengths. For example, I hate trance music. I could tolerate it when I was off my nut, but I just can't stand it. I don't go to trance gigs anymore as a sober person.
I quite like trance music.
I know you do. I can't
Not really
deal
like
with it.
Techno. I don't really like that.
I don't like techno.
Gabba House.
Don't like it.
Yeah.
No. I used to pretend to for years. Drum and bass I love.
Drum and bass.
But I would pretend to enjoy techno or trance nights out
Yeah.
I was like, you have to be on drugs for this to be good.
Yeah.
You have to be drunk. There's
Yeah.
no way I'm not listening to this dropping the kids off at school at 8 a.m. sober. And I'm glad that I don't have it in my life anymore.
Really?
No.
I'm going to bring it back. Drum and bass is having a bit of a comeback,
Drum
isn't
and bass
it?
I do love.
Yes.
I'm not dropping the kids to school with drum and bass, but I could run or get fired up for work listening to drum and bass.
If I put drum and bass on, I put a bit of Goldie on or something like that.
Yeah.
My kids get really embarrassed, like it's the most awful thing that I'm sort of there kind of hopping up and down in the kitchen when I'm cooking spaghetti.
Do they?
They think it's really weird and embarrassing that I shouldn't be doing it. I was like, this isn't your era music. This is my era. This is what we did in the 90s. They just find it. It's like when I kiss John in front of them. It's like the most humiliating thing they could ever see.
I like it. Alexa, turn off Moana. Turn on So Solid Crew.
Yeah. I am naked, though, of course,
That's
when I'm
it.
doing the drum and bass.
And you've got rave paint on.
Yeah.
And drunk.
And drunk, yeah. I'm wasted. No. I'm not drunk anymore, Hamish. I am a cycle breaker, remember? It is important that we take a moment here to shine a light on the dangers of locking yourself into your own home to avoid the potential dangers of relapse.
Although we're encouraging you to go out, to do everything you used to do when you drank, that can take time. Really, what it's all about is finding the right balance. If you don't feel secure enough in your sobriety to head to a pub or club, just don't do it yet. Don't go to those places.
And at the same time, be kind to yourself. If that takes a month, 3 months, or even a year of living a quiet life, don't beat yourself up about it. You might get bored, sure, but remember, this is a long-term game. Don't fall into the trap of thinking my life is boring now, it wasn't then, so I might as well drink again. Can I just pause there, Hamish? That is one of the massive emails we get on relapse when people are on cuppa, aren't they? They're messaging us to say, I feel like an old granny now. I am boring. I don't know what to do with myself. Because your brain is wired to think pub, fun, nightclub, fun, boozing with my mates, fun. And that's what we're saying. You've got to rewire that into something else and choose for a while not going to those establishments.
Yeah.
And I know that's going to be hard for some people because their entire friendship groups might be, around those establishments based upon them. So it's hard to step out of the kind of chaos for a while. But in early sobriety, I would say you need to step off the crazy train and just have a little bit of peace while you get yourself together and while you learn what sobriety actually is.
That is why I think this is the biggest topic in sobriety.
Same.
It's why we don't go sober, and it's why we struggle to stay sober. Both sides of the coin are affected by this perception of what boring is.
Yeah.
One of the most important tips I was given with regard to boredom during the early days of my sobriety was to be content with feeling somewhere in between a 5 and an 8 out of 10 most of the time. You aren't going to get those drastic days when you feel a 1, and you might miss out on those fleeting moments when you're a 10 and drunk at a gig or whatever. But just being satisfied with feeling somewhere between 5 and an 8 was like a really good reminder of, it's okay to feel like that.
Yeah.
I don't have to use alcohol to create an emotion in me. I can just feel the way that I'm feeling on any given day.
I guess you have to go through some sort of grieving process, don't you? Like for me, I always had the story on a Sunday. My drinking was extreme, which led to adventure, really.
Yeah.
My night wouldn't, it would go on. I'd go out at 7 p.m, the nightclub would close, and then I'd be wandering around the streets and something weird would happen to me. And I always had a story. So I left that person in my past, which was very difficult for me and very difficult for my mates because I just wasn't that person with the stories anymore. Yeah. And that is like a grieving process. I think you have to go through the 7 stages of grief when you say goodbye to the drinker because you are not that chaotic person anymore. We talk about that wiggly line a lot, which is exactly what you were saying. When I was a drinker, I was up and down and up and down and high and low. And sobriety and accepting and embracing the boring is about living on that content line and just always being happier, not being euphoric and not being depressed, but generally feeling happier.
I think that's better. That's a better way of saying it.
It is better,
if either of us said, would you rather feel 5 out of 10 all the time or 1 out of 10 and 10 out of 10? Most people know 5 out of 10 all the time sounds boring.
Yeah.
But if you're saying you're generally happier all the time, yeah, I'll take generally happier.
Yeah. But I think some people find it hard to say goodbye to their entire identity.
Yeah.
Because that's what it's doing. They're saying, right now, I don't go out to these places anymore. I don't have these crazy stories. I don't act like a complete lunatic on a night out. What's left? But that is, I'm going to say it, Hamish, that is the journey. Sobriety isn't about giving up drinking. It's about finding out who you are and what you're made of. And that's going to be important in this topic of boring, because you are not boring and you are worthy. And all of these cheesy quotes that we all always come up with in this podcast, it's actually about finding out who you were before alcohol and finding out who you are without it. It is a fascinating journey, say an American accent, please, which is actually going to be the best and most interesting thing you ever do, and it will be the most unboring thing.
Unboring. You won.
Unboring. I'm unravelling it.
So, should we leave them with some top titties, Vic?
Oh, yes, I love a few top tits.
Yes, you can do the first one.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely in there. Redefine boring to yourself.
Yes.
Yes.
I think this is important because when we talk about boring, who is it that you're worried about calling you boring? Are you calling yourself boring, in which case you need to redefine what boring is, or are you worried that other people are calling you boring?
Yes.
And maybe you need to address why that matters.
I think in early sobriety, you care what people think. And I think as it goes on, you have boundaries and you start to not care what people think. And that is a massive step forward in you as a person. Does that make sense?
Sure.
As you in a people
As
person.
in you people and that.
As in a people moving in the way forward.
Fascinating. I learned so much from hanging out with you. The second point I wanted to make was use your time efficiently. As I said, you get all this time back when you go sober, so fill it with new experiences.
Yes.
No one is claiming that new experiences are boring.
Yes. Oh, it depends what they are, though.
No, even gardening, like I discovered this weekend.
Anything. So basically what you're saying, nothing is boring. What would you say is boring then?
Doing nothing is boring. Being asleep for 3 hours the morning after going to the pub is boring.
Yeah.
Anything else, like be passionate about collecting stamps.
Yes, okay.
If you're passionate about it and you love it, it's not boring is what I would say.
I reckon if you're passionate about drinking, which a lot of people are, it probably means you do have a problem with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Choosing days over nights, that was a massive one. I'll share an article I wrote about that in the show notes because that changed everything for me. I decided to choose the days with my family, enjoy the days, fill them up, do all the things that gave me joy, and then at night just be cosy at home, have my dinner, watch TV and relax. That sounded boring to me, but once I'd done stuff in the morning, I felt like my cup was full and I didn't have any more socialising to do, or I didn't have to prove anything. And by the end of the day, I was so tired. If I'd filled my day, I felt like I was satisfied. Yeah.
Remember, the day you go sober could be the last day that you ever have a hangover. Just remember that. Remind yourself during the days when you're worried about being boring. And remember how boring hangovers are 99.9% of the time.
So boring. They're even more than boring, though, aren't they? They're like extreme.
Oh, yeah, mental health and throwing up and eating
anxiety.
all, sure.
They're the worst. But yeah, boring is one thing. I mean, repeating yourself in the pub all night, which is what I used to do all the time, that's boring. Falling
but that's
over.
boring for other people, isn't it?
Yeah, it's boring for other people as well.
It's all right for you.
Yeah, it's boring for my mates, so I repeated the same story to. Falling over, queuing up at a taxi rank is boring. Like, all the things I used to do drunk, I realise now I did all the time. It was repetitive behaviour. And actually that was boring. The drinking was boring. I think one thing you have to do is just carry on living your life. Going sober doesn't mean that you become a hermit. It actually just means you do other stuff.
Absolutely. The longer you are sober, the more you will reap the rewards of better connections, better sex, apparently. I wouldn't know. New discoveries about yourself, better sleep, more focus, and often improvements in people's careers. That seems to happen a lot. A lot of people write to us and go, I'm sober now and I've just written a book, or I got promoted, or my income's increased. Like, crazy how quickly that seems to happen.
Yeah, one of our cuppa members, Liam, this week, he's had just become 2 years sober. Hello, Liam. And he wrote that he got promotion this week as well.
Yeah.
So everything changes when you're sober. That is not boring. Your life progressing in a positive way is not boring, is it? No. So spend the money you used to piss away on booze on something more exciting. I mean, I would like to say that I have some sort of savings account, Hamish, where everything that I haven't spent on booze, I've saved for something else. I don't know where that money's gone.
What's your app say now? You're
It's
on to
something like
tens of thousands,
it's £1
isn't
million
it?
or something I've saved from not drinking.
Yeah.
I don't have that £1 million in my bank, unfortunately. I've just pissed it up the wall on posh fizzy water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nothing boring about posh fizzy water. Are you trying to get a sponsor out of a Posh Fizzy Water?
Yes, I
Feel
very
free
much.
to name them. Feel
I
free.
love posh fizzy water.
Schweppes.
Yeah. Quick.
What are the other ones? What else do we need?
Perrier.
Yes. San Pellegrino.
Oh, that's my favourite.
Fever Tree.
Oh, Fever Tree.
If you guys are
gosh.
listening, feel free to reach out. Vic and Hamish at Sober.
Finding out about yourself. We haven't really listed that there. It sounds sort of self-righteous, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Working on yourself, all of those kind of woo-woo words.
Other things that you hated when you were not drinking.
Yeah. Well, you don't care about yourself when you're a drinker,
Yeah.
okay? So that's the difference between being boring and not boring. When you're a drinker, you don't really care about your health because you're down in booze all the time. I know I didn't. You're abandoning your body, whether it's promiscuity or with the alcohol or hiding trauma or all of those things. But you're not caring for this incredible body that you have, which is a shame. So it's not boring to actually start taking care of yourself. And you might have to do a few woo-woo things and step out of your comfort zone and put up boundaries. But learning yourself, even though it sounds self-righteous, is actually what this is going to be all about.
And another one that we mentioned on the drive here, we're saying since going sober, we're now passionate about how the brain works. Like we're educating ourselves on things we're reading and listening to, which we never would have done before. We want to know why the brain's working, why we used to drink, but more just generally how humans interact, how society interacts, how marketing works. We sort of looked at this whole subject. Yeah, we do a podcast on it, but I think anyway, you would be sort of opening your eyes to so many things that I never would have learned about before I went sober.
Yeah, and actually I'm really interested in my failures. I know that sounds odd, but like I can now pinpoint where I'm going wrong with things. Like if I'm parenting and I'm shouting too much, I'm like, why am I doing that? I need to address. I would never have thought of any of these things because I would have just gone to the fridge and got a glass of wine and said, oh, that sorts out my problems. If I'm stressed, I'll have a glass of wine and that will make me feel better. So now I don't have that option. I have to find out different ways to feel better and to understand my own behaviours. And that takes thought processes and rewiring of the brain and educating yourself about it. And so now, and even getting therapy for it. So if I make mistakes now, I'm like, right, what does this mean? Where am I going wrong? And how can I find out how to fix this? So you become just totally more aware of your mind and your body, physicality, health-wise, everything. You just become more aware of who you are as a person and trying to heal that and grow from it. It sounds cheesy as fuck, we realise that. And we're not trying to be like cheesy guru wanker weirdos.
We're okay with
Although,
it. Some of the time.
sometimes I don't mind a white robe here and there. But it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess at the end of the day, there are some really boring sober people, just as there are some really dull drunk people. In our sobrieties, there are a few days when we're fun, and there are days when we really aren't. The liquid that we decide to drink should have zero say in that.
Totally agree with you, Hamish. I think we're going to end here with a disappointing affirmation.
My favourite. I feel like we haven't done one in a couple of weeks, and I miss them.
Yeah, I've missed them too. It's okay to have feelings. Just bottle them up until they explode. You know, like a normal person.
Exactly.
I've added a bit on here, Haim. You'll be pleased to hear that I went to my favourite resource to find some answers to boredom.
Okay, what's that? The encyclopedia?
No, Viz.
Viz?
Yeah, Viz magazine.
Oh, I'm not big in the magazine world.
God, you're a bit young for Viz, aren't you?
I'm a bit mature for magazines. I thought it was just teenage girls who read them and then did the scratch and sniff. And
It's not Bunty
I
or
don't-
Beano.
Okay, Beano, yeah.
Yeah.
Now you're talking about one that I know about.
Okay, so Viz, this is what Viz recommends if you're bored. I've left a couple in blue so you can read them as well.
Oh, I have to claim that I read Viz now.
Yeah, you do,
Okay,
yeah.
Okay, go.
Instead of drinking booze, go to the pub and bang 2 pistachio nutshells to give the impression a small horse is approaching.
Okay, hang on. I think I like Viz. That's very good. That's very funny.
Yeah, go
okay.
on.
If you're on your own, try reading a book and tearing out the pages as you read them. This saves the expense of buying a bookmark, and the pages can later be used for shopping lists.
It's a top tip, Haim.
That's another
So you could
good-
do that if you're bored. Like, there are other options
I'm
to
gonna
drinking.
Subscribe to Viz.
Yeah. You could climb onto your neighbour's roof and dangle a fish on a bit of string in front of their window so they think they're underwater.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay. Or place a chocolate button between your wife or girlfriend's bum or boyfriend or husband's wife cheeks while they are asleep. When she wakes up, she'll think that she has followed through.
Yeah, so there's so many things you can do with your time, like pretending to make someone think that they've shit themselves.
That's true. When you are sober, you can do more of the pranks rather than fall for many of the pranks.
Yeah.
And that is a good time for everyone.
Are you a bit of a prank household?
I would like to say that we are. Like I'm into April Fools.
Yes.
But I got broken up with on April Fools and it ruined April Fools for me.
Oh, what? Did you go, she go, ha ha?
I said, hang on. And they went, no.
Oh, actually on the 1st of April you got
Yeah,
dumped?
it was the night of the 1st of April into the 2nd, yeah.
And you thought she was joking?
I did say, is it, sort of hoping that it was, but, probably a 45-minute conversation where it clearly wasn't.
Oh my God, that is the saddest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah.
That is awful. Yeah. Hey, it's just an April Fool's. No, mate.
It's not. Get out of my house.
Oh, we do like a prank in my house.
Yeah, you're a good prank house.
Yeah, we're a good prank house, yeah.
What have you got?
Recently, I made I burnt a cheese sauce. And
no dinner for you kids.
Yeah, no, that was it. No, I burnt a cheese sauce and I cooled it down and I put it in a milkshake glass, which I then, when John got home from work, he's always really thirsty. I was like, oh, I've got some leftover banana milkshake in the fridge. And he grabbed the glass out and he really downed it really quickly.
Oh, no.
Yeah, burnt cheese sauce. I was like, ha ha. He was like, ugh, retching.
Well done.
We do like the old cellophane over the toilet occasionally.
You done that?
Yes, done
to
that
the
a lot.
kids?
Yeah, to the kids. We have, often there is a bucket balanced on top of a door.
Yeah.
You can't really walk around our house with trusting that there won't be a bucket balanced on a door.
My absolute favourite.
And I once sewed up all the arms and legs of their T-shirts and trousers so that when they put their feet in, they couldn't get them out.
That's good.
Yes, I'm generally thinking up pranks most of the time.
I did the glass on top of the door at school and my housemaster walked in.
Oh,
yeah, I got my housemaster a bit. And I saw it was like slow motion. I saw him over the door. No!
Did you get a caning for that?
That's it, yeah. Trousers down.
Yes.
Caned the hell out of me.
Oh, sad.
I went to school in the 2010s. It was slightly beyond the cane. I actually think he found it quite funny. He was good value though.
Oh, was he? He was all right about
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Oh, I love him. What was his name?
Hugh.
Oh, Hugh. Oh, was it in those days where you called teachers by the first
No,
name?
God no.
Jeez.
Mr. Codrington.
Oh, Mr. Codrington. Hello, Codrington.
Yeah, Codders.
Oh,
Codders.
Codders, I was
I've
gonna
left
say.
school, maybe I can get away with the Codders now.
Yeah. Oh, we had old Fluffhead was our favourite.
Why?
Don't know, just had fluffy hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was a good teacher. Oh, Fluffhead. All right, hello, Fluffhead.
There's no way Codders and Fluffhead are listening to this.
I think people that are drinking now are thinking, God, is that all they do is play tricks at each other at home? How boring are
No,
they?
nothing boring about that.
Me and Hamish play tricks on each other whenever we can. It's so fun. I promise we're not boring now we're sober.
We used to streak, now we drink cheese sauce.
Highly recommended. Oh dear. Thanks for listening, everybody. Don't be boring. You're not boring. You're amazing. You're doing the best thing you can possibly do for your beautiful body. If you're questioning your relationship with booze, you're struggling to moderate, or your hangovers are causing anxiety, it might be time to reach out for some support.
Yeah, just talk to a mate about how you're feeling, contact a local doctor, find an AA or sobriety group. Vic's got one.
Yeah, just head to www.cuppa.community.
Remember, if you're questioning yourself, it might be time to seek support.
Even though this journey can be awkward, it is definitely worth it. And if you've enjoyed the Sober Awkward podcast, don't forget to review it, rate it, and share it with your mates.
Do they have to share it with their mates?
Yeah, of course they do. I'm not doing this for nothing, Hamish. Bloody hell.
How do they share it?
I don't know, just write it on the document.
Hey friends, it's Nikayla from the podcast Side Hustle Pro. I'm always looking for ways to entertain my kids without screens, and the Yoto Mini has been a total lifesaver. My kids started using it right away and haven't stopped since. Hours of stories, music, podcasts, and more at no screens or ads. Now through December 1st, Yoto is having its biggest sale of the year. Check out yotoplay.com.
If you're a custodial supervisor at a local high school, you know that cleanliness is key, and that the best place to get cleaning supplies is from Grainger. Grainger helps you stay fully stocked on the products you trust, from paper towels and disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Plus, you can rely on Grainger for easy reordering, so you never run out of what you need. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
We all love our pets, but we love to travel too. And sadly, they can't always come along for the ride. Don't stress. Trusted House Sitters connects you with verified sitters who will stay in your home and care for your pets, all in exchange for a place to stay on their travels. So, while you're off exploring, your pets get to stay safe and happy at home, right where they belong. Find a loving in-home pet sitter today at trustedhousesitters.com.
So, as you probably know, my comedy memoir, 1,000 Wasted Sundays, is officially out. All my magnificent fuck-uppery in one awkward hit. If you'd like to get your hands on a copy, it's now available from all good bookstores.
We always say all good bookstores, don't we?
Yeah.
Are there bad bookstores?
No, it's probably ones with moody sellers.
Oh, yeah, really
Yeah.
depressed librarian folk.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah. So there are probably some, but we're only storing it in the good ones.
It's only made it into the goodies.
You can also get it from all good online retailers. The print version and ebook are out now, and the audiobook will be available in March. I've been writing my memoir for 5 years. It will make you laugh, cry and cringe, and hopefully inspire a few people to reconsider their relationship with booze. If you love the podcast, then I think you'll love the book, even if I do say so myself. Hamish has read it. What did you think?
I feel like I know a little bit too much about you now, to be honest, Vic. Look, I really loved it. It was hilarious and surprisingly moving, but I feel like I've seen you naked in a literary sense.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's worrying.
Yeah. From an emotional point of view, seriously, it wobbled my teeny weeny wooden heart, Vic.
Okay.
My teeny little wooden heart.
Well, his wooden heart is broken. Anyway, so if you do manage to get your filthy mitts on a copy, please do me a favour and head to goodreads.com and give me a review. Doing that will help me get it out there to those that need a bit of sober support. So there you have it. My story, unwanted warts and all. Come and get awkward with me.
Not to be too demanding or anything, but seriously, go and buy it now.
Go and buy it right now.
Yeah, don't just tell your friends, buy it, and then buy your friends one or two.
Yeah, don't give them a copy, buy it, yeah.
And you know what? Don't be careful where you store it. If you lose it, you can always buy another 5.
Buy another one.
Yeah.